Supercars are getting faster each and every year, but how do they compare to a Formula 1 car? Today we're going to be racing this McLaren 570 GT versus this V10 F1 car to see which one is the fastest. Okay Rob, so standing quarter mile. I think the traction on this F1 car isn't great actually. I think a road car is going to be all right. How do you think you're going to get on?
I think you might do me, or at least catch me up towards the end.
I've got 770 brake horsepower. What have you got?
570 and 1,350 kilos.
Okay, so on paper, I should absolutely demolish you. 770 brake horsepower, 550 kilograms. All right, then let's go for it. 3, 2, 1, All right then Rob, let's give you another chance. I smashed you the first time. Let's see if you can do any better this time. I got so much wheel spin that time off the line. Ridiculous.
And you can't use all the racing driver excuses. I've got to have some, because at the end of the day I lost.
No, I'm not making any excuses. That was terrible. I thought after the first run the rears were going to have a bit of tyre temperature in them. I'd have a bit more grip and traction, but I got on the throttle a little bit too heavy footed and it just spun the rears up loads. So you actually went quite a long way. This Formula 1 car has 770 horsepower and around 520 Newton meters of torque. It has a normally aspirated V10 engine and a 6-speed paddle shift gearbox. This Benetton only weighs 525 kilograms, giving it a power to weight ratio higher than current F1 cars. I've been lucky enough to drive over 30 different Formula 1 cars in my time as a pro racing driver, but this Benetton is one of my favourites. These 90s cars are much lighter than current F1 cars and they feel so raw. And not forgetting that the V10 in the back sounds absolutely incredible. This McLaren 570 GT has 562 horsepower and 600 Newton meters of torque. It has a turbocharged 3.8 litre V8 engine driving the rear wheels through a 7-speed automatic gearbox. It weighs 1,500 kilograms and costs £170,000 new. So let's do 40 mile an hour rolling start, quarter mile, and see if that evens things up a little bit. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that the F1 car is quicker in acceleration off the line and in a rolling start. If you want to come and drive some of these incredible cars, make sure you subscribe to the Driven channel. We're going to be inviting some of our subscribers to come and drive these amazing cars and compete in these drag races. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Where I think you might actually have a chance, because you can absolutely smash those brakes in the McLaren, is standing start, 0, up to 100 miles an hour, and then back down to 0 again. These F1 cars aren't designed to slow down beyond like 60 miles an hour. There's no corners on any F1 tracks that are that slow. So you might have a chance here, mate. And also, when these these are all my excuses, but when these carbon brakes are cold, they are an absolute nightmare. They just don't work. And then as you're braking, they get warmer, and then all of a sudden they grab and lock up the front. So you have to actually give quite a lot of safety margin so you don't lock up a front tyre. So there's all my excuses. I think you might have a chance with this one. That was pretty close.
I'm claiming victory on that.
You're claiming victory? Do you understand the rules of the game?
I actually think I braked faster and harder and shorter distance than you did.
Yeah, the braking was better. So hard to brake in these when they're not up to temperature. And that thing, I saw it kind of come past me, but decelerate so quickly.
Yeah, braking in this probably is the most impressive thing for me from the day. The braking's amazing.
Yeah, really interesting. Amazing how far like road cars, fast road cars have come, because, you know, to compare it against a Formula 1 car is just unbelievable. If you want to find out if this Division 1 supercar is faster than this £250,000 Ferrari 488 Pista, click on this video.